Hello, today I'm going to show you how to set up Intellij IDEA for the Perl development. We will check this on upcoming new release 2023.1. It's currently available in early access program, which anyone can participate. So I have a JetBrains toolbox with Intellij IDEA Ultimate installed. Let's start it. Okay, we have a new UI on the way, but currently it's not enabled by default, but we can enable it manually. Let's do this. It looks much nicer. Okay, we need to restart. On the first steps, we will need to restart several times because we need to install some plugins. Okay, let's see. To work with Perl projects, we need to install Perl support. We go to the plugins, choose the marketplace. This is a repository of different plugins to extend Intellij IDEA functionality. And here we may see the Perl plugin. Let's install it. There are several plugins for the Perl support. It's Perl itself. It's embedded Perl support I written for one of my previous jobs. We used PHP-like syntax for Perl when Perl was embedded into HTML files. Also, we have Majalicious support and Mason support for HTML Mason and Mason 2. Also, there is the template toolkit support. Sorry. Yeah, we may install template. Let's install them all. Okay, it requires framework and HTML as well, embedded Perl. Okay, we installed all necessary plugins. Let's restart once again. Okay, now we may work with Perl project. Several years ago, I tried to port Django templating language to the Perl. So let's use it as our test project. We can fetch right from the GitHub. So click clone, cloning repository. Let's trust the project. And here we go. Okay, we fetched the project. IDE detected test directories and marked them with this greeny stuff. Library root was detected as well. You may see library root here, meaning that when you will execute anything, it will be included to the command line with -i key. If IDE did not detect your library or test directory, you may do this manually. There is a context action, mark directory as, you can see there, unmarked Perl library. Or, oh, sorry. First we need to choose Perl language. To do that, we go File, Settings, oh, sorry. File Settings, Ctrl-Alt-S. And here we have languages and frameworks. You may see a lot of different languages supported by my setup of IDEA. Here we have Perl, and here we go. In IDEA, there are concepts of project. In Eclipse, I believe it called workspace, and every project may have several different modules. It's like sub-projects. So for Perl settings, there are project level settings and per module settings. Project level settings allows you to choose Perl you want to use. You may add it here, like it can add local Perl, Docker Perl, or Perl from WSL if you're working on Windows. I'm working on Linux. There is some bug with icons, sorry about that. Okay, we are supporting System Perl, Perl from perl5, Perl Brew, and on Windows it is also Berry Brew. It's a version manager for Windows. So let's choose Perl Brew. IDEA automatically finds it and shows us installed Perls with libraries we created. So let's choose 5360. Okay, it's now selected. Target version allows to tune how different inspections will treat your code. For example, if you use target version as 5.10 and we'll try to use something from, I don't know, like 5.22, editor will warn you that you are using stuff incompatible with your target version. So let's choose the 536 as well. Okay, here you may add external libraries. By default, plugin will find all libraries installed into your Perl distribution, but if you are using some, I don't know, separate project or some directory where you have different Perl libraries installed, you may add them here. Like, I don't know, let's say that, no, GitLab is too large. Okay, let's create a directory, custom library. Okay, we may choose a custom library here, and when process will start, it will use this directory as well with -i switch to the Perl. Okay, here we have some options, like if you have multiple scripts in your project, because there is no loading order or something, and IDE can't understand that if you have like several subs with the same name in different scripts, and you will try to resolve, to jump to declaration from usage, it won't be able to say in which script you are looking for the sub, and it will show you all of them. And this may be overwhelming if you have a lot of scripts with similar subs declared. So to solve this, usually you need only sub from the current script. So you may use this simple main subs resolution. This means basically that for simple scripts, we will resolve only to the local file if no full qualified name is used. You may disable this option and see how it works. Probably in your project it's not really necessary. Second option is really useful. It allows you to automatically inject languages. It works like this. Let's create a file. Okay, it creates a template. For example, you may say, let's use 510, say, for example, HTML. Okay. And you may see that we have code inside from the HTML automatically with formatting, smart keys, and other stuff. And this is done by injection. IDE detects that we have HTML marker. It deduces that we need to inject HTML here, and there are a lot of languages you may use here. It depends on your IDEA setup. and which plugins you have installed. Here you may find what I have, different Java, Manifest, JavaScript, JSON, Python, well, anything you want. This is configurable. We will get back to the settings. And here we have injection markers tab. And you may see, why is this still small? Okay. You may see the list of languages we may use here. This was recently updated. I'm not sure why my plugin is not the most recent version. Well, anyway, you will have all languages IDEA can detect, and you may add your own. Basically, you may add the marker here. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Here you may type any marker, custom marker, and select the language from any installed languages you have. Like, I don't know, let's say it's going to be TypeScript. Then you click OK, and now we can do this custom marker. And now we should have TypeScript code inside. Yeah? Looks like it. I am not familiar with TypeScript, so sorry. Yeah, looks like it works. Here we go. Okay, let's go on with settings. So this was the automatic injection of here docs. This is questionable option because this looks fine if we use plain text in the here doc, but if we use some variables injections like, I don't know, A and B, from the TypeScript point of view, this is not a correct TypeScript code. And currently plugin unable to substitute these variables with their values because we can't always say what these values will be. And for this, we have an option to suppress it's enabled by default. If you have interpolation in your strings or here docs, automatic interpolation going to be suppressed. To override that, we may set this option, and in this case, we will have, ta-da! You may see TypeScript errors here because TypeScript doesn't know what is A and B with $R. Okay. We may enable Perl Critic. I don't have this. We will get here later. So this will basically run Perl Critic in the background and show you problems Perl Critic found. Switch PM support is something legacy syntax for Switch PM. It's currently disabled by default, but if you are working with some legacy project, you may need that. Perl Critic is run in the context of the current project, so if you have config files, they will be loaded and used, but sometimes you need to specify additional options. You may do this here. And Perl Critic going to be run with these options as well. Like minus a minus b, it probably shows you a resulting line. No, it doesn't. Okay. Here we also have additional options for Perl tidy probably. You may see that -st, -se edit automatically, but you may provide additional options here if you need one. And there is a deparse option I'll show you later. Probably you may specify additional options here as well. And the last one is, this is also actually a legacy thing, but it's used in some places when plugin analyzing your code, it needs to understand which, well, we're talking about object-oriented code, of course, and it needs to understand which variables are representing self or this or whatever you call that. And it's not always possible from the code. And additionally to code analysis, it uses variables names. So these scalars going to be treated as self-references in objects. So you may add your variable name here if you have something project specific. Okay, let's get back to deparse. Sorry, there is a package-wise. Oh, because I created the script PM, it's not right. We need to create script, not the PM. Let's create script. Test script and the script. Ta-da! Here is the script. Okay. Okay. So what is deparse? Let's say we write a script, say 42. Sometimes you may encounter some scripts which are written in a bad manner or using something you don't know, some technologies, some, I don't know, some syntax, because Perl is rich with different tricks, and you will need to know what is that. You may go to dig through documentation, but it may not be easy to know what to look for. So we have this deparse section. Oh, one thing. The most important thing for myself I found in IDEA is navigation by action. IDEA have tons of different actions, and in the menu we have a navigate, and there is a navigate. Wait a second. Probably it's replaced with search everywhere. I'm not really using menu a lot because I'm familiar with hotkeys already. Okay, let's it should be Ctrl-Shift-A. I don't see it. Yeah. Okay, you may click Ctrl-Shift-E or Command-Shift-E and you will open this magical widget with possibility to search like everything, classes, it's going to be packages, detail fast. You may search for files by the file name. Yeah. Symbols is everything, like global variables, methods, whatever. Let's parse. Yeah, we have a lot of parse, different parse methods. And actions. Actions is really a magical thing because it's pretty often when IDE have semantical description or name for the action, and you may find it here. So if you don't know, like in my case, I don't know how to navigate to action, let's type action here. Oh yeah, find action, Ctrl-Shift-A. Oh, it help now. Okay, sorry. So it in help, find action, right? Find action. So here you may type any stuff. You may see options here, actions here. So this is like crossroads where you can find a lot of different stuff. So let's deparse the script. We don't know what says 42 does, so let's deparse it. Here we see action, and we may see that it may be found in Tools perl5. This menu have actually a sub-menu for perl5 with different stuff we will discuss later. And now we can deparse script. It basically runs deparse and posts the output here. And here we may see what deparse does. It compiles the Perl script to the bytecode and then decompiles this bytecode to some canonical, well, sometimes it looks clumsy, but canonical and clear Perl code. So here we may see setting warnings bit. It's use warnings require 5.10, using features from 5.10. Say 42. Okay, it was not really helpful, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Probably let's use something. Use what's a proof state. Deparse again. Deparse. No. Well, I can't figure out a good example here, but, well, you got the idea. You may parse scripts and see what is really going on here. Okay. So we are in options. Okay, we selected the Perl brew, but we don't want to pollute our libraries with different project-specific stuff. So let's create a library. Create a library. We have selected Perl brew, so it allows us to create a library. Let's do library like DTL fast. It creates and suggests you to use this library for the project. We say yes. Okay. Now in external libraries, we may see that we are using Perl brew, perl5 36, DTL fast. Okay. Now we may install modules to this library if we need some. Okay. What next? Let's enable perl-critic. Okay. Okay, it says that we're missing perl-critic. Let's install it. It runs span minus and install perl-critic for us. By the way, in different circumstances, plugin may require different Perl modules like debugger, profiler, coverage, Intellij IDEA, perl-critic, and you may install them one by one, or there is a bundle I created which contains all necessary modules, and you may install it at once. It's going to be suggested to you, or you may do this manually, opening navigate to action, install more let's span minus. No, why not? Oh yeah, install packages with span minus. Let's choose. We may enter package names we want to install. Let's install, as far as I remember, it's called bundle cavalcade. And let's check it. Yeah, now it installs all modules we need to comfortably work with IDE. There are like 10 or something modules. It will take some time. And here we're still installing perl-critic. Oh, it installs perl-IDEA as well. Okay, let's go on for now. While we are waiting, let's go on with settings. So injection markers, we already saw this. What is the Perl plugin version? Let me check, because I'm a little bit confused with why we have plugins. This is this version is not yet updated. Sorry, I will update it soon, but it's not yet updated, right? Okay, everything is fine. Okay. Okay, here we go. We have injection markers. We have framework-specific settings. Like for Mason, it's component global variables, because Mason template may have implicit variables which added by the framework, and they are not in the file, but IDE should know about these variables. There is one coming from by default, but you may add your own and specify which type are they. And there are auto-base names. Well, if you're working with Mason, you know what it is. Same for the HTML Mason, auto-handler name, variable names, extensions for components,
except the maze used by default. And you may specify custom tags, which going to be used as any predefined, going to be treated as some predefined tags. And template toolkit, you may specify text starter, tag end, outline tag, and again extensions for using as template toolkit files besides TT or TT2, I don't remember really. Okay, these are project settings. You can specify them per module, only per project. And for the module, you may mark up your project with Perl specific stuff, like say that library is Perl library directory. Tests are marked by IDEA. We have no control here, only Perl specific stuff. We may say that, I don't know, well, you got the idea. You may mark perl5 libraries, Mason libraries, and template toolkits root. These directories will be used for resolve, navigating, and other stuff. So this is basically it. If you are familiar with IDEA, you may expect these settings to be in other place, which name project structure. But project structure is mostly about the Java, and it was really hard to build in here. Also, this dialog presents only in IDEA, but per plugin may work in IDEA, RubyMine, PyCharm, WebStorm, PHPStorm, a lot of different JetBrains IDEs. And this dialog presents only in IDEA. So I didn't want to make same thing in different places. So here, if you choose Perl module, you will see where to go to set up it. And in every other IDE, it's settings, languages and frameworks, perl5. That's it about configuration. Okay, now we have like Perl Critic installed, and let's do something wrong here. Is it enabled? No, it was disabled automatically. Let's enable it. Oh, no. Oh, I have no important bug fix here, probably. Sorry. This needs to be fixed. Well, anyway. Damn it. Okay, we will get back to Perl Critic later. So what we have here, we may run perl tidy, reformat the script with perl tidy, like this. It just executes perl tidy and adjusts your file according to what perl tidy says. Ta-da! Also, we have internal formatter. You may find settings for this formatter right here, editor, code style, and perl5. Okay, here we have tab and idents, spacing in different places, wrapping and braces. We may wrap, adjust some spacing, alignments. Well, there are a lot of things to play with, and have some Perl specific, because formatter not only format things like indentation and spacing. It may also adjust your code according, like with simple stuff like quotation, remove unnecessary quotation, hash quotation and hash indices. Here doc openers may be quoted or not. Well, you will check this and see how it works. And to internal formatter is just used with action or hotkey, like reformat. We have reformat with perl tidy and just reformat code. Ctrl-Alt-L, it just reformats code according to our code style settings. Also, you may configure colors for your code. This is my favorite scheme. I took it from the Notepad++, which I worked in 20 years. Press F to pay respect. And here we go. Here we may configure different stuff for Perl language. There are light and dark theme, but well, dark theme is not really nicely supported because I don't use it. So if you have any feedback, feel free to pull request. Light theme I'm maintaining actively and changing it a lot. Okay, so we have coloring, have formatting. What else do we have here in settings, by the way? We have colors theme, formatting, code style. What is this? This is copyright. Yeah, we may automatically update copyright in your files. You may specify your copyright, specify like patterns to find the copyright, to replace it, and it works pretty nice. You may just do this on commit. When you're committing your changes, there is a update copyright checkbox, and it will automatically update copyright in your files. What else? Debugger. When you will debug your code, well, we will get to that later, but you may customize how different values will be shown. Because for some objects it may be really unfriendly by default, but you may do things like, I don't know, some few bar, you may use like it to string. And this will invoke toString method on the object of this type and show this value as toString says us. This may be really, really nice. And profiler settings. Okay, we have profiler settings. I don't even remember what is here. Oh, okay. Profiler may start in 4 different modes, and here we may configure which one we are use. And disabling perl optimizer. This stuff is probably just passed when we starting profiler. Okay, now we can run our script. This may be done via context menu. Run the script. Ta-da, 42. And now we may debug. And debug. Ta-da! Debugger automatically stops. There are several modes how debugger may stop. So here we may see debugger, main namespace, because we have no local variables or something. You may dig through this and see what do we have. Okay, here we have also loaded sources. This all stuff were loaded at the moment. Probably we can even navigate here. Yeah, we can navigate here. I have a lot of exceptions. This is nice. And compiled evals. So we may see all evals compiled by Perl, and we may introspect them, see what they do. This may be handy as well. And also we probably may navigate to the source. No, but we should. This looks really nice feature. Okay, I will fill that. Okay, let's make it more interesting, like okay, and okay, and let's debug this. I will use hotkeys. You will learn them at some point. Okay, here we go. We started. Let's open debugger view. We have no variables yet. Now, oops, we do. We have a lexical variable test var. It shows you a Perl reference to this var variable and the volume. And here you may see inline hint with the same stuff. Here we have other variable with values and the other variables which are in the context of the statement or expression. So this may be handy when you're debugging complex stuff, you will see that. And in debugger view, we may see variables as well. Debugger is pretty powerful. It may introspect collections, introspect hashes. Let's do this. My array test var. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Oops. Whoopsie. Okay. Let's skip. And here we should have, yeah, we have two scalars. We have hash variable. We can introspect, and we have array variable. We can introspect. If you have objects, file handles may be inspected for different flags. Well, debugger is pretty powerful. It was really tuned by different people, not only me, and it's really nice. As far as I know, there are some extensions allowing you to debug mod Perl applications, Black applications, and other useful stuff. Okay, IDE have the concept of run configuration. It's a thing that describes how you're running and what you may add a lot of different configurations. Here we automatically created from the file the test script configuration. So here we have some settings like for running multiple instances, store as project file so you could commit this to the version control, script, encoding, parameters for Perl, parameters for script, working directory, environment variables additional if you need, and you may specify an alternative interpreter if you need to run not in interpreter which was selected for the project by a different one. And there is a debugging tab where you can choose script encoding, start tab mode, stop at first breakpoint after compilations, and stop as soon as possible. It will stop even before use statements were passed. But this may cause some unexpected stops because Perl is tricky with loading use and so on. And here two options. I don't really remember. Okay, enable non-interactive debug mode allows to pause. Oh, okay. We may usually debugger works interactively, like you start the script. If you have a breakpoint, it will stop on it, but if you don't have and script don't stop, you can just set breakpoint and it will work. Well, actually this is strange, but probably yeah. And to do that, you need to enable this non-interactive mode. In such cases, you will be able to stop. Let's do this like while sleep 1. Okay, let's start debugger and resume it. And we are now debugging. Pause is disabled. Let's try to set a breakpoint. Yeah, it doesn't work. Debugger can't catch the breakpoint in runtime if you are not stopped. But let's try this interactive mode. This is funny, I totally forgot about this. And this was not my addition as far as I remember. Okay, and let's start again. Oh, I forgot to remove the breakpoint. Okay, we resumed, and now we're setting breakpoint. No? No? Interesting. I don't know what to say. Probably there is some bug here. Okay. Sorry. Let's sleep for integer seconds. Should work. Does it work at all? Yeah, it works if we set breakpoint right from the pause, but not
when we are running. Okay, looks like a bug. Sorry. It's funny actually, when recording this screencast I already found few interesting things to add and several things to fix. Anyway, let's get back to the debugging. So it actually should work. And compile time breakpoints is begin. Probably by default. I have no idea what is this. It was a long time ago. Probably there are some tricks how Perl executing use begin, and you may not install breakpoints there for some reason. Sorry, I need to take a look into it and I don't really remember. And you may write some initialization code which will be run by the debugger. Okay, this is debugging. Also, we can run with coverage. Probably we need another plugin for that. Coverage, notification, coverage. Oh, run the script with coverage. Let's do that. Oh, damn it. I forgot to remove this loop. Sorry. You won't find any coverage data. Oh, shit. Okay. This is a shame. This was unexpected, really. Sorry. Okay. And it's not canceling. Sure thing. Oh, God. Okay. I cheated. Sorry. This needs to be fixed as well. Funny thing. Okay. Save 42. Let's run it. Oh. What? Oh, we're indexing. Right. Sorry. Down 42. And let's run this with coverage. It's ran. And you may see now it shows you in editor things that are covered or that which are not. Let's add some uncovered branches, like if I don't know, a equals blah blah. Say no, else say yes, and let's run this again. Oh, it's... Oh, really? I thought I could use a without declaration. Isn't it internal? Global variable. Interesting. Probably something in Perl I missed. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we see yes and 42. And let's run this with coverage again. Ta-da! We may see that this stuff is uncovered. Also, we have here nice view with which shows us how many lines are covered, and you will see directory structure with covered stuff. Okay, and we also can profile. Just profile test script. Profile.data is ready. Let's open. Okay, this is a little script, so not so much to see. Here we may see how profiling went. We have a call tree. We have a method list. Pretty much enough to analyze some stuff and find some bottlenecks, like, I don't know, queries which takes too long, and so on. Node-prof used for profiling, and for coverage, I don't really remember what we are using for coverage. What are we using for coverage? It's
there is library for coverage. Oh, devel cover, right. Okay. By the way, you may see that we are using external library here, like -i custom library and -i library, which we marked inside the project. Okay, so we can run, we can debug, we can profile and run with coverage. There is also specific configuration for remote debugging when you need to attach to the process running on different machine and not executed by IDE. Here you may specify how to connect, and you will see the remote command line here, with which you need to run remotely to be able to attach from IDE. Okay, tests. We have my library. So here we go. We should have like nice navigation here. Find usages. Ta-da. Ta-da. Sometimes IDE can detect which type of variable is, sometimes it can't. We may also see some types hierarchy, like here. You may see the file structure and navigate to it. You may generate stuff, like generate constructor, gather setters, override methods, and copyright. Right. Okay. Tests. Let's try to run tests from my library. I didn't do this for a long time. I'm not sure if they will pass or even run. Let's run tests. Okay. Test framework exit. Oh, missing package tape formatter camelcade. Okay, we have action install. It suggests to install bundle camelcade. Actually, I thought we did it already. Let's try again. Install with span minus. Oh, probably something failed with installation. Yeah. Something did not install. I don't. Oh, debugger was not installed. Some tests failed. I need to investigate this. Okay, let's try again to run tests and install only thing we need to. Oh no. Right. Okay. Formatter can be installed. Interesting. Okay, let's install it. I don't really remember. Span minus force. How to? Okay. What? Oh, I don't have it enabled by default. I don't really remember how to enforce install no tests. Install without tests. No test. Okay. In span minus, we need to install this with no test. No. Oh, yes. Right. It worked. And now let's run it. And run it. Yay! Okay. All tests failed. Can't locate loadable object. Oh, right. We have some C extension here. Right. We need to make it first. We need to make it first. Run make file. And I'm sure I had some action for that. Let's see, make. No? No. Okay. Let's do make. Okay, we did make. And let's try to run tests again. Oh, we're not running tests. Okay, run tests. No, still no. Okay, why? Make test. No. Probably I need to do something here. Oh, we need to run test script. Shouldn't it be run? No, the same issue. What do I need to do? Oh, probably I need to add bleep as well. Let's mark this as library directory as well. And try to run tests again. No. Sorry, this is a shame. Okay, let's try another project. I have a debugger and it should pass tests. Let me find that. Debugger. Okay, here we go. Okay, clone repository. Here we go, and no. It's cloning, trust the project, and we are opening the debugger. Okay, for some reason no modules was created. Interesting. Okay, let's add perl module. Next, and use the same interpreter here. Next, create untitled. We don't need nested directory. And this is test. We don't need that. And here we go. Okay, we created module. And here we go. Now we have content roots here. And we have a test directory which is for some reason not detected. We may mark it manually as test sources root. Okay, let's create a library for debugger as well. Library. Debugger. Do you want to use? Yes, I do. And let's try to run tests. Okay, we need patience. Let's install it. And let's try again to run tests. No. Tip formatter. Okay, let's install it. Oh, right. Retrieve is forced to install it. No test. Let's install it again with no test. No test. Okay, we installed it. And now let's run tests. What the author test? Bad Walker. Oh god. I need to make a span file here. It's really annoying. Oh god. Sorry about that. This is my first attempt to record this screencast. I was thinking about this for a long time, but well, didn't have a time or mood to do that. Oh god, can this be a bit faster? Okay, now, no! I definitely need a span file here. Yay! We have test passed. Yay! Can we navigate? Yeah, we can navigate by files from here. And this is like it. Okay, I guess this is probably enough for the first time. Thanks for everyone for watching, and I need to fix some bugs. Have a nice Perl coding. See ya.